Another superset, lunges, straight into foosball. Brock, stop, Brock! I'm not playing with you anymore. You know, we're gonna train something on film I never thought we'd train. Much like the shoulder session, I didn't think we'd train legs. I personally had no interest in it, but we get an odd amount of requests from you guys who watch our YouTube videos to do a leg session. So here we are. Brock's really excited for it. We don't really come in with a game plan. We're just gonna pick exercises based on kind of how we feel, but we're gonna start with calves. Calves is a muscle group that is lacking. I want to give it the most amount of attention I can. Unlike Brock, I wasn't genetically gifted in the calf department, so I prefer to start my leg sessions with calves.
One reason why I'd say we've put off doing, or at least I've put off doing a leg workout video, is because I used to pride myself on going, the technical term is skids mode, but I used to pride myself on going really hard doing legs. I used to squat every few days and go pretty hard out on them, and then it got to a point where my knees started to really get affected, so unfortunately I can't kind of push myself or push my legs as much as I used to be able to. So I've kind of got to find new ways and test out what feels good on the day. I'm thinking that we do Smith machine squats and extensions for quads, and then maybe curls for hamstrings, and either lunges or the pussy flaps. I reckon we limit the hookup scene to 15 minutes.
15, you reckon?
Yeah.
It's going to be
Just
half
so
an hour.
Like I want a snappy video.
Let's compromise 20 minutes. Although my calves are as thin as a blade of grass, I've still seen the most amount of progress when I take the movement, pretty much like any other exercise, through a complete range of motion. So I'm getting as deep a stretch as possible on the eccentric phase, going all the way down, making it hurt, making that stretch hurt a little bit, and then coming up, pushing through on the balls of my foot, coming up for a complete, really solid and hard contraction, even holding that contraction for half a second to a second before I come down. And don't bounce. Like, you know, you see people just bouncing up and down. Make sure the movement is really controlled. Put the muscle under as much tension as possible throughout the entire set. We're going to do a total of 5 sets on this first calf exercise. The first 2 sets are warm-up sets, so we might do anywhere between sort of 15 and 20 reps, and then lower the rep ranges for the last 3 sets. Probably not going beyond 10 to 12 reps, and nothing under 7 or 8 reps. As always on those last couple of sets, particularly the very last set, take them to absolute failure. So to a point where, say, if you want to hit, say, 10 reps, the point where you can't do a single rep beyond that rep range that you set out for yourself.
Go for it.
We're going to do seated calf raise now for probably 4 sets. We don't need to warm up quite as thoroughly as we did on the standing calf raise, so we'll do like maybe 1 warm-up set and then 3 working sets. And I've mentioned this on other exercises. Do like position yourself how it feels best for you. You know, you want, again, the deepest stretch and the best contraction, but where you're positioned on the seat and whether you're leaning forward or back is going to depend on, you know, how tall you are or just your body mechanics in general. One thing I will say not to do, regardless of where you're situated on the seat, is to, again, like bounce up and down. You're not getting anything out of the exercise if you're not controlling the weight.
Anyway, let's get into it.
Something you might have noticed I was doing is touching my calves and feeling exactly where it is I want to emphasize the contraction. I think actually like physically touching the muscle that you're training while you're training it, when you can, sort of helps you sort of mentally put yourself in the muscle and get a better contraction and stretch throughout that set. We're going to start on Smith machine squats. We don't really tend to go that heavy on any one of our leg exercises really, maybe like leg extensions, but on any compound pressing movement, we try to get the most out of the least amount of weight so that we're not jeopardizing the integrity of our joints and ligaments and tendons. So we're starting with 20 kilos aside, it's not heavy, and we're not going to be putting 4 or 5 plates aside. I physically can't push that kind of weight, and maybe that's representative of my leg size, I don't know, but I don't care. I'd rather have healthy joints, ligaments and tendons and not risk injury so that I can train, you know, for the next couple of decades than potentially hurt myself now and be out for 6 to 12 months. I think it's imperative you take this exercise through a complete range of motion, especially on the Smith machine when you don't have to stabilize the weight yourself. You've got that additional help from the Smith machine. There shouldn't be any reason that you're stopping short. I don't think it's healthy or beneficial for people to be stopping at say 90 degrees or even just above on a squat. I don't think it's good for your joints and ligaments, because again, on that off chance that you accidentally go beyond that and you're not accustomed to it and you've got heavy weight on the bar, is when you're going to potentially injure yourself. So we've done a couple of warm sets, maybe 3 warm sets. We're going to do a total of 5 sets. It's really the last 2 sets that we're going to, even the second last set is not to all out failure. The last set is going to be to all out failure. But we're sort of pushing for, maybe still sort of 12 plus reps. I prefer to go a little bit higher on the rep range when doing squats. We've only got 40 kilos aside. That's not that much, but I'm going to focus on time under tension, taking the exercise through a full range of motion, trying to get as deep as possible in the squats while maintaining a contraction, coming up, pushing through the heel at the top, emphasizing that contraction in the quads before I go back down. Make it hurt. Get the most out of the least amount of weight. Probably the most important part of any exercise is returning the weights. You know why? You know why? This is fucking rude. You're rude. You don't care about the next person. You don't care about anyone but yourself. This next exercise doesn't need much explanation. So long as you're not lifting your pelvis too far off the bench, you'll achieve a nice, solid contraction in the hamstring and a good, fulfilling stretch. And to increase intensity and enjoyment, we're going to superset this laying hamstring curl with the leg extension. Probably do a couple of warm-up sets, 1 or 2, and then 2 working sets, failing on that very last set. Make sure you adjust the weight before you film, so as not to look like an idiot.
out, y'all. Take a little time so we can find what's up now.
Right on.
What's that, what? Take a little time so we can find what's up, y'all.
Right on now. Right on. We're gonna bring on the big rubber ball, y'all, from Unity Funk, man.
So that concludes that superset. We did 5 sets in total, just going back and forth between each exercise with virtually no rest in between. We do a set of laying hamstring curls and jump straight over to leg extensions, back and forth until you've completed 5 sets. It's very intense and it's a real time saver.
I mean, we wouldn't always superset, but I think because we're both trying to cut body fat at the moment, it's a really good way of kind of increasing your cardio output while you're weight training. So yeah, it's an option if you're time limited or if you're trying to burn as much energy as possible.
Alright now. Gonna do it on that for all the Duke Elgin crew. And all the Mount Vernon crew, y'all. Focus on up highway. I say what? X-ray come to boogie. Focus on that for the X-ray crew too, y'all. And the Brentwood crew, the K-Wood crew, the Highland crew. Oh, funk it on up now. Right on. I do the big brother Mike, y'all.
All we're doing is we're not pushing for a particular amount of reps per leg. We're just walking up and back with a moderate amount of weight. It's not much. It's about like what is it, roughly 40 kilos in total. Up and back, pumping as much blood into the legs as possible and stopping just shy of failure, just so that we can actually get the weight off our backs. This is going to be the last exercise, so the idea is to fatigue the muscles as much as possible.
The K-Wood crew, the Highland crew. Oh, funk it on up now. Right on. I do the big brother Mike, y'all. Right on. Do the big brother Allen and keep y'all.
That concludes the leg session. We did.
I thought you were going to say.
I know, I thought you were going to say way more than that.
Yeah.
If you did like the video, then make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching.
Those were once baby cows.